And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gemini Crypto episode 778. Today is Tuesday, August 17th, 2021, and I'm King.
I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. Today's top stories: TikTok partners with crypto-powered music streaming platform Audius. Alex Saunders again under fire after virtual HQ in Decentraland fails to launch. Fitch ratings warns El Salvador's Bitcoin law will pose risk to local insurers. And U.S. State Department offers up to $10 million in crypto rewards to white hat hackers. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Day, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at our prices today, Bitcoin at $46,327, down 0.1%. Ethereum at $3,224, down 0.1% as well. Binance Coin coming in strong at $427, up 0.6%. Cardano at $2.07 is down 2.5% today. XRP at 118, down 5% as well. Dogecoin at 32 cents is down 1.1%. Polkadot coming in at number 9, 25.75 is up 5.3%. And last but not least, the star of the week, Solana at 68.22 is up 4.2%. So that rounds out our top 10. And again, a lot of these coins are starting to be in price discovery simply because they're taking off past all-time highs. And then basically people are trying to figure out how much these coins are worth. So definitely a great time to be holding.
That's right. Great time to be holding. I'm not gonna lie. Listen. The timing was thrown off today. I made some French toast. I just tried to stuff a bite down as you're finishing those prices, and I paid for it. There it is. All right. I want to give a shout out to Michael Kennedy, Fantisi, Wendy Nichols, Saber Saves, Banger Committee, Crypto Vixen, L Debnam L, Addy A, L Cryptomatic, 64 ECG, DC, Crazy BX Don, Jatati. That's hilarious. BK, Born, Best I Raised, Kim Booker, hey, St. James, Finn. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. There we go. Scott Jenkins said that light taxes paid from the UK. Gary with 2 R's going on said finally made it to live. Welcome. Speaking of finally made it to live, there was like a little meetup yesterday I forgot to go to. That sounds we'll try this more Monday. Next Monday, I'm gonna put on a thing up. It's a crypto meetup that happens in the beach. All right, top story of the week. TikTok partners with TikTok partners with crypto-powered music streaming platform Audius. It's interesting to see this partnership. I've heard of Audius throughout the years, as well as it's been like 2 or 3 different music sharing / crypto projects that launched. Audius is one that came out with some steam, fell under the radar a little bit, but according to Audius co-founder and chief product officer Forrest Browning, roughly 95% of users have no idea that blockchain is even involved, as it is almost supposed to be for the most part. What's going on with this story?
Oh, yeah. So in a Monday announcement, Audius said it's partnered with TikTok in the creation of a new feature called TikTok Sounds. According to a Rolling Stone interview with the Audius co-founder, Forrest Browning, the integration will allow users to export songs created with the protocol to TikTok with one click in an effort to streamline the process. Now, I do want to say, shout out to my boy Clayton. He is the head of partnerships at Audius. He told me about Audius 2 years ago. We sat down in Beverly Hills, had lunch. He was like, he used to work for Eminem. He used to work for Deadmau5. And he was like, yeah, we got this thing coming, Audius. It's going to change everything. And I was like, yeah, I guarantee you can enter this market and do big things. So shout out to him, because here we are. TikTok, as we know, is the most popular social media app right now. And they have claimed to seek to leverage blockchain technology to reward content creators, as well as increase transparency to pay out the artists. So they're basically, as my boy Clayton told me a few years ago, I'm coming for the musicians next. They're coming for the record execs that's been stealing all your money. But because they integrated with TikTok, it's easier for independent artists to get their music pushed out as well. So shout out to them, and a lot of use cases for the quote unquote blockchain technology. We'll see if this one works.
Yeah, that's the thing, of course, to see if it's going to work long term. Again, I'm optimistic about all the technology and technological upgrades are coming out, but I'm pessimistic as far as it actually being able to be executable. Only the regulators. I mean, I won't say only, but large part in these 2 regulators, because if this does work, it's going to be the same thing the bankers are doing. Essentially, 5 to 10 people in the entire United States are going to pick up a phone and start crying to daddy government. And the music industry is no different. It'll be about 5 or 10 people over there who will pick up the phone and cry to daddy government. What's going on? They're taking a cut of our music. Like, this isn't what we agreed upon. Hey, they paying y'all taxes? You already know. So TikTok and Audius is a partnership going. We'll see how that actually plays out. Another interesting story on the internet. I think we talked about this on one of the Sundays, one of the past Talk Shop Lives, but this is a pretty interesting story I wanted to cover, specifically because another one bites the dust. Every year, there's a new crypto YouTuber that says they've been around and never heard of, and then they die out that same year. This year has been no different for none other than Saunders, again under fire at the virtual HQ in Decentraland fails to launch. Controversial crypto influencer Saunders is making headlines again, with followers claiming he raised $57,000 in NFTs from them to launch a virtual community headquarters that hasn't materialized. Now, the first time I heard of Saunders was actually a few weeks ago. And my first thought was, how has this person has this big crypto following, claims to have been in space for so long, and another person I really never heard of, or actually never heard of at all. And the only reason I heard of him was that
I said that's impossible at this point. We never heard of you. We may not know you, but we never heard of you.
It's there since 2017. But what was interesting about Saunders a few weeks ago was that apparently, I'm not sure if he lost money in the market or what was going on, but he tried to borrow some money. I know he tried to borrow money from Richard Hart, and Richard Hart blew him up. BitBoy actually blew him up too. I think he tried to borrow 5 Bitcoin from BitBoy a few weeks ago. Let me see if I can find this out. Yeah. He reportedly borrowed 5 Bitcoin from popular YouTuber BitBoy Crypto and 30 Ethereum from supporter Ziv Hammerfarb. And I did see the chat where he was trying to request to borrow 50 Bitcoin from Hex founder Richard Hart, who actually went public. I saw their interview too, when he claimed, I knew some of Saunders claimed that Richard Hart cut him off mid-interview, and that's how you know he was fake. I had to go watch it. I was like, all right, Richard stays for a debate, so let me watch it. And I watched it, and he started shilling his product at the end, so Richard cut him off. That wasn't what it was. Richard cut him off, was like, you're not going to come over here and shill your crappy products that you just asked me to borrow 50 Bitcoin, and then just disagree with everything I say on my platforms. That part I could agree with. So by and large, it looks like this dude's been doing a hardcore scam the last 6 months at the very least. And again, going back to this actual news story, Australian crypto influencer and Nuggets News founder Saunders is facing backlash over his non-fungible token sale from late last year. It looks like Nugget News is a paid group. I should say was. I don't know how much they're going to survive this, but it's a paid group providing TA, technical analysis, and crypto tips to subscribers that was founded by Saunders in 2017. As of Tuesday, Nugget News had roughly 146,000 subscribers on YouTube. We were doing it wrong, Zay. We were supposed to be charging for TA from the jump. In November 2020, Saunders minted 100 NFTs comprising tokenized tickets. He said will grant holders access to an exclusive Nuggets News community headquarters being developed in the crypto-powered virtual metaverse Decentraland. He priced NFTs at 1 Ether, which is around $570 at a time. Sold all the NFTs within weeks, accumulating $57,000 from supporters. In total, but today's prices have been $315,000. However, people are saying he sold that Ethereum and just literally made away from the money, and nothing else has been going on with the actual project, and people are starting to call him off from every direction.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, if you put yourself out there as a YouTuber as being popular, one of the main things you can't do is try and make promises to your followers like, oh, we're going to do this together and build this together, and nothing comes about. Because my man said he wanted to build a decentralized bank or decentral bank. Yeah, whatever. And he reportedly was raising 11 million from them since April. But it shows that, of course, he diverted 1.2 million of the funds to his personal wallets and then sent to FTX to go be a degen. So he took your money to go trade.
Go margin trade.
Go margin trade on 50x leverage, which is how he lost money in the first place, which is why he had to borrow it from Richard Hart.
All that TA and all that TA in a Black Swan event, a random Elon tweet and fucked up business.
Oh man, yep. And of course, it says here that Alex Saunders, the one that he's using, over 8 figures worth of fraud apparently now. And of course, again, these are YouTubers. He says he was around since 2017. Never heard them.
I'm on the video screen right now, scrolling down the videos. I want to see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the thing. We're not saying we know everybody. What we're saying is, for the most part, we've been around. We've met a lot of people. Almost a decade in this.
We'll see.
We may not know you, but I've probably heard of you, or we've done a story on something closely related. But we've never even heard of this guy, and he again is popular to who? Who are these 100? That's what we keep trying to explain to people. He has 146,000 followers.
Well, this is how you get it. This is how what people do right here. We haven't done this before. I've seen other channels do it. They actually just would throw in like regular news or a regular news story or a news video, and that would rack up the views. And then while people rack that up, they're like, "Oh, I'm on this channel anyway," because here it says Australian housing market and economy.
Yeah,
40,000.
Exactly. We should start just making videos about social media stuff. Like today, we could just jump on and start talking about whatever's what's on Shade Room or something.
Right, exactly. Future called his baby mama a hoe. News right in the show too.
Yeah, exactly. Future called his baby mama a hoe. Now with new updates for crypto. Like what? Like, come on. But again, you're right. It's like a little trick YouTubers use. But again, you get the real from people like us who literally just wake up and talk about crypto. It's the ones who trying to shield you projects where it's like, calm down, bro. No, nobody's buying that garbage that you probably had a problem with.
I mean, at the end of the day, it just sucks seeing this because again, this is one of the ways and reasons that people would go to regulators. But see, we need more regulation. These crypto YouTubers are off the chain right now. But seriously, I mean, it sucks to see this, that, he built this platform, he built this community, and he had a chance to do a lot of good with it as far as bringing more people into crypto. And then he fumbled the bag. Like, he really fumbled the bag. Not only did he fumble his own personal bag, he received money from his followers. He fumbled that bag. He received 5 Bitcoin from BitBoy. He fumbled that bag. Like, goodness gracious. Then it's like he asked money from Richard Hart. That didn't work out. He fumbled the interview bag on there. It was all types of stuff that was happening. So it sucks, but I'm going back in time. Well, actually, yeah. Okay. Well, we got him. He's good for 3 years for sure. At least when it comes to altcoins. So we'll give him that, but we're going to definitely continue to look. Oh, thank you for the tip, Omar Banks. I bought Solana when you first mentioned it. Appreciate the tip. Much respect. Appreciate that, Omar. There we go. Yeah, it's crazy to see that's happening, but hopefully they figure this out with Alex Saunders, of course. Who over there? He's stealing, y'all. Hey, he's stealing over there, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I the buddy, y'all. There's poor people around.
There we go. Let's see. Crypto Coach, thanks for the tip. Kenzie said, no, Nugget was big too. I will watch him from time to time. Leverage Rex, the best of us. Well, then that's messed up. I mean, he built even worse. He built up his platform. But Rendo said crypto influencer finesses. I mean, that's the thing, though. I've been saying that from day one. When I first entered the space, it was like this TA versus fundamental analysis thing in 2016, where it was just like, oh, you can only use one or the other. Like, you can't use fundamental analysis. You got to use technical. And then it's like, you can't use technical. You use fundamentals. Like, why not do a little bit of both, everybody? Everybody's, hey, who back there talking that crazy stuff, right? So it was one of those things where I do, people were following that. I know the TA thing was huge. But again, even TA can't predict the Monday morning Elon Musk tweet. So that's probably where some of his wrecks happened at. I mean, if he was that good of a trader and everything was going good, I wouldn't even blame it on him and his TA. I would actually blame it on what I'm pretty sure happened, these random events that he or I or nobody could have predicted that would happen. Like, no one can predict a tweet. No one can predict. We're pulling out Afghanistan finally. Like, you can't predict these things, and that does have effects on the price. So you're talking about a whole country in the area that's about to be ran by a new government. Essentially, that's going to affect the price in that region. So something to consider. Let's see. Fitch ratings are in the news. Fitch ratings warns El Salvador's Bitcoin law will pose risk to local insurers. I love seeing this story. I think we'll be seeing a lot more of these stories. Fitch warned that mainstreaming Bitcoin without clarity can introduce volatility and operational risk for Salvadorians. For those who don't know, before Bitcoin goes into the story, Fitch Ratings is a credit rating agency, right? And essentially, you have a credit rating agency doing the same thing that bankers have been doing. And as I just mentioned, music executives will also be doing. They're crying to the government They are literally crying to the government saying this isn't fair. This Bitcoin, these DeFi protocols, King and Bitcoin Zay's masterclass showing you how to do credit-free collateralized loans. You can give people loans without credit. This isn't fair. We built this system up. I'm about to cry and throw toys around and have a temper tantrum because we built this system up. It was unfair when we built it. We telling people, hey, you can borrow this $100, but if you don't pay it back by this date, then every day or every month you'll be charged 37% on it or something ridiculous like that. We know we made this unfair to keep people in debt because that is how we roll. That's how we run our capitalist society. But now that they figured out ways around it, we need your help. That's right. That is Fitch Ratings, which is going to El Salvador directly, warning them. And I think this warning, of course, is a polite tap on the shoulder to say, hey, you all keep rolling with this Bitcoin stuff, and we can't insure you on other things. What's going on with this story?
Oh, man. Again, like you said, COPE, Fitch Ratings, having to run to Big Daddy government or whoever else, whenever people find a way around using your system. It's the latest global credit rating agency to warn El Salvador against adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. Of course, their reason is that it could cause systemic risk for the Latin American nation. Get out of here. Citing the country's lack of clarity in Bitcoin's implementation in mainstream markets, they warned about inherent volatility and operational risk for citizens associated with the crypto ecosystem. Oh, so now y'all want to help. Y'all saying it's inherent risk and it's operate. As soon as y'all see new stuff coming around, now all of a sudden it's a big hoopla. Of course, they in early June, the president passed the legislative Bitcoin law, paving the way for Bitcoin to be recognized as legal tender. And of course, even before this, remember that the country requested a $1.3 billion loan from the IMF. And then they said it would be a conflict of interest if they did it. And then the World Bank, they also backed out of helping El Salvador make Bitcoin legal tender. Hey, people, if you need any information that Bitcoin was not created by these people, like people try to say, oh yeah, it's created by the same people who run governments and they're trying to trap us. If you need any inclination, just look at this. Every single major organization is telling El Salvador, we can't help you because you're going on a Bitcoin standard, which again, Fitch ratings mean nothing in the Bitcoin world. IMF, World Bank, they mean nothing in the Bitcoin world. So for El Salvador, this is actually a good sign. It seems they're heading in the right direction, pushing against the people who have controlled the money before. So we'll see how it turns out for them. Hopefully your boy won't get popped like old boy in Haiti. It seems like the healthcare people are more gangster than the money people.
Hilarious. They know the channels of money, so that's one of them. And so yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see. I was looking at some comments. I saw Sable said, "Is anybody going through Uphold support?" They haven't answered my last email. Yeah, I'm see. That's we were actually just talking about Uphold yesterday, whether it's still a good exchange or not. It's funny, but. Yeah, and going back to Alex, actually, yep, shout out to Crypto Kenzie. I do see his earliest videos were from 4 years ago, but I can already tell he was juicing the videos because one of them got some strong views coming out the door. But no, seriously, he got some 300 viewed videos, 700 viewed videos from 4 years ago. So I give it to him. Hey, it sucks then, even worse, that you build it up in like 4 years of hard work. I'm sure he won't die, but he's definitely gonna take a dip. So we'll see what happens to that. But as far as Fitch, I've been saying it like almost every podcast I've been on for like the last year. We said it during the masterclass, we've said it on this show, we said it on Talk Shop Live. I'm going to say it again, people, you don't need credit anymore. It's like, I'm telling you, it's a relic. They want you to believe you need it. Now, the key question is, how will the switch happen, right? I'm not saying, like, again, these are institutions. Back in 2016, when I first started crypto, I would be like, oh, the wars is over and done with. We don't need credit. Credit's going to die, blah, blah, blah. Now understanding how these institutions and organizations work with regulators and the government, I'm not going to say credit is going to die, especially overnight. They're going to have their last stand as well, where they're going to fight to the bloody death before they capitulate. We haven't heard much or of anything from credit companies before this Fitch agency. So most credit companies have not capitulated yet. And I know they're going to go down kicking and screaming. They're going to, hey, this is unfair, blah, blah. Again, if we can't do what we need to do as a credit agency, we don't know how banks are going to work. We don't know how the US dollar is going to work. And we definitely don't know how national security is going to work. Like, this is the easy narrative right here to get this backing that people need. But again, by and large, with the exception of them creating new rules and laws overnight and trying to enforce those, credit is dead, people. It is dead. It's dead. It's dead. People are now accepting Bitcoin for homes. You can collateralize your Bitcoin and Ethereum and actually just get the cash you need to buy a home, work on paying that back versus at some actual bank or whatever. There's so many options and opportunities around using credit now. It's crazy. And I know this to be a fact now that Fitch agency again is coming out yelling at El Salvador like, hey, you know we do 21% of business in y'all country or whatever. You want this to go away overnight? Well, Bitcoin hits its all-time high again. El Salvador might reply back, yes. So we'll see what happens there. Finally got the first credit agency to scream and holler. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. Now, hit dogs holler. Now you gonna all of a sudden see problems like, oh man, y'all adopted Bitcoin. Guess we can't give you that credit rating. Oh no, no loans for you. And it's like, all right, well, what happens when we don't need it? Like, like Fitch is gonna be. Who cares? Well, who cares about Fitch?
Listen, get out of here. Living outside the matrix, they don't like that. What do you mean live outside the matrix? I live in the real world. I live outside the matrix.
Oh yeah, we need to get these likes up too. It's about to be singing time up in here. This is ridiculous.
Check out some of these comments. Our project experience. When you fight against the system makes you pay again. Look at Haiti. The country can't get a break because the system will now allow blacks to slap them in the face. Roland Wishers, there are a few companies trying to implement credit in crypto. You think it was a seed? Again, I think there will be a place for it only because regulators want it. But as far as it, I got to keep comparing it to the music industry. People choose to use Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, all of that. The option to still download music for free is not only available, but it's easier than ever. You can use it, like go to your browser and you can download YouTube straight to MP3 while in the browser. You don't even need to download the software anymore. So will countries and people still use credit? Yes. But will the options for, credit-free collateralized loans on DeFi, will that still be available? Will all these options with the software be available? Yes. So I think it's going to be up to citizens to say, do I want to do the work myself and take an extra 5 minutes and literally own everything that I'm doing, or do I want to give it back to the bank? It's going to be up to people. Bitcoin's able, like you about to break out a it's
about to be time because I don't see these likes up. Oh yeah, pull out the mic, baby.
I like how you just pulled it out.
Get the likes up, baby. Hey, you can kiss it, you can eat it, but you ain't do the doggone thing until you stand up in it. Shout out to Theodis Ely.
Bro, get the likes up. Oh man,
you never heard Theodis Ely? That man had hits like stand up in it. I think he made hole in the wall. Oh yeah, that's some old.
No, that's That's
right there. Taking it back, baby. Shout out Theodis Ely. If you don't know who that is, you probably don't know how your parents got here. So hey, shout out.
All right, those likes shot up really quick. They didn't like that one at all. Oh, there we go. Jake Fever. Alex must have been listening to Plies on my D trying to make something happen. Hey, he was listening to something. I don't know what it was. They said, Jay, are you taking requests? Use that auto tune. Yes, the meetup is this weekend, Saturday. We just reserved the place yesterday, Mondrian, LA, Mondrian Hotel, LA, from 8 to 12. And then you'll find out about the after party while we're actually there. Pull up. It should be an amazing event. Actually, I got to talk to Zay about that. I'm not even sure how many people we can have in there and all that good stuff. So we got to figure that out.
Oh yeah, we got to cap it. We got to cap it at a certain amount, but it's plenty of space. Trust me. Come on out.
Hey, it is until if I get to calling people.
Hey, it's open till it's open.
Hey, come early. Come early.
Yeah, come early because
I'm telling you now, that thing might light up very quickly. There's been people calling us from everywhere about it. And people are flying in and coming from everywhere. So if you are in LA or you want to be around, make sure you jump in it ASAP. All right, and last but not least, U.S. State Department offers up to $10 million in crypto rewards to white hat hackers. I'll tell you what, whenever it comes to the United States giving back money, you better be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Like, you got to be careful with that. The United States is offering crypto assets to incentivize white hat hackers to uncover state-sponsored actors and potential terrorists on the dark web. People, when I tell you, this is extremely dangerous. Like, to me, this is borderline irresponsible on the government's part, because the internet, the computer is a two-way street. It opens portals. You can see into things, and people can see into your stuff if they know what they're doing. So for people, for the government, I can't even say this with a straight face, for the government to tell its citizens, to try to uncover state-sponsored actors like China and North Korea or potential terrorists. Are you crazy that like you wouldn't tell your city, like you're not telling us in the United States to go outside and put on a cape and go stop crime? Like, why are you telling them to get on the internet to do this? Again, this is seriously dangerous. Like, for one, all right, go ahead and piss off a state-sponsored hacker and see if they ever stop coming after you. Go ahead and piss off a terrorist somewhere and see if you're ever safe to travel again. This is like so irresponsible, I think, of our State Department. But again, this is the same country that spent almost $100 billion. When it's all said and done, I think it's gonna be like $2 trillion on a war that in literally 96 hours, the losing team from 20 years ago took back home field advantage. So we'll leave that alone, but this is our same government. They don't do well when it comes to organization, people, and money. The United States government is offering rewards in cryptocurrency. Look at that. It was fake. It was fraudulent. It was nothing, but now we're offering rewards in cryptocurrency for information relating to the operations of enemy state-backed hackers or suspected terrorists. This Bitcoin movie is just going to get better and better and better every year. The U.S. State Department's new, quote, rewards for justice platform. That sounds like some State Department. Rewards for justice. Rewards for justice platform allows informants to submit anonymous tips and information in return for rewards in digital assets. This platform is promoted at the Black Hat USA event, which ran from July 31st to August 5th in Las Vegas, with users able to submit tips via a secure Wi-Fi network called Rewards, not ransoms. Listen, this, again, I think this is seriously dangerous to invite normal people because listen, what if you talking about money? I'm 20 years old, I'm in college, or I need money, I just got out of college. I'm a pretty good hacker. I feel like I am. You said what? Figure out what North Korea and China's up to? Figure out what, I don't know. I was going to say Al-Qaeda or the Taliban, but I don't know which was considered the terrorists anymore and which one's the actual government. Ooh, but truth. Seriously, like, what are you telling our citizens to do? Are you really telling them to go and find out who the bad guys are on the internet? They must know how dangerous this could be for the person trying to hack into these networks. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, first of all, since when is it legal for the U.S. to pay somebody in crypto? That's weird. Like,
wait, is it money?
Think about that.
Wait, is it money?
Yeah. So is it money now? Because if it's money, it's not property. If it's not property, then it's not no capital gains tax. If it's it's just a whole whirlwind.
Just say you're gonna pay people in it. To me, that sounds like
legal. I feel like if you pay somebody,
you don't pay people on furniture, do you? Do you give people?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
do a good job.
Exactly. I feel like that's money. I feel like they just told on themselves. But whatever. U.S. State Department is basically offering pennies to someone. Think about this: $10 million for somebody if they are able to recover the
10 million. You know, the government, they give you that
up to 10 million. Yeah, because they only recovered, what was it, 2.3 million. In early June, U.S. officials recovered around 2.3 million in cryptocurrency used to pay a ransom following a cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline system. So if the Colonial Pipeline system recovery, you only got $2.3 million, you're probably not getting up to $10 million. You have to figure out that World War III is coming. Like, you basically have to save the world, because I mean, Colonial Pipeline hack was bad enough and they only got 2.3 million. They are cheap and inefficient. They'll never beat private companies. I don't think there's any white hat hacker that's sitting around thinking to themselves, I have the opportunity to, backdoor and find ways to find people's crypto, but I'm gonna use it for the U.S. State Department. Like, I could just do it myself. The other dude, how much did he steal the other day? 600 million?
Right. Yeah, you have the ability to steal 600 million, but instead you want to get involved playing cops and robbers. Like,
and get a sticker for telling on people, man. Get out of here. And these same people that they're looking for, unfortunately for them, it's more lucrative on the crypto side, because remember, cybersecurity attacks before crypto, it still had to be cash based. It still was something, where people would get paid that way. Now that crypto's involved with it, the people that do the hacks are like, I can get rich off of this. Like, I don't really need you. So hopefully they always find a few Ned Flanders that will take them up on the offer. They'll recover. They'll have a couple projects that they'll recover a couple 100,000 here, maybe $1 million there, make it seem like they're doing something. But honestly, long term, just like the Monero bounty, I think the price is too low. Y'all need to ante up, print some more money if you need to. $100 million for white hat hackers to recover everything. Then you'll have some people show up.
Yeah, there we go.
I think 10 million is a little low.
I agree with you. You got to add another zero on. Hey, listen, I know the government isn't used to, and for those who work for the government out there, I get it. I used to work for the military. I get it. Here's the truth behind people who work for the government. It's the ugly truth, but the truth, especially those who do it for 20 years or whatever. You're receiving a paycheck. You're receiving it. You're not killing. You're not having to go hunt and kill what you eat. You're receiving your food, and I say that because to them, $10 million is a lot. It's a lot of money. Like, you know, when you're getting, you're not getting handed out $10 million of food, but these hackers are out there eating what they kill. And as you saw, the poly hacker, who seemed to be pretty young, they can kill upwards of $600 million in one swoop. We've seen the Equifax, millions of dollars. I mean, literally, when you see these hacks, you see millions of dollars. And those are the popular hacks you hear about. They're not even talking about the $30,000 hacks we got in our own private business, right? They're not talking about the small businesses that get hit for 50K here, for 60K here, for 20K there. Like, you're hearing about the multi-million-dollar hacks. People are getting hacked left and right. So with that being said, I agree that $10 million is way off. But again, I understand why, because at the end of the day, that $10 million is coming from taxpayer money. The government can't say we're going to give $100 million to white hat hackers. They can get away with saying we're going to try to give them $10 million. But as someone said,
I would say, if I was a lobbyist for somebody, I would lobby that the new war is digital. So if we spent $10 trillion on a war in Afghanistan where nothing happened, we should spend the same amount on digital warfare. That way, you can get all the hackers you want. You can probably get all the crypto people you want as well. Shit, we'll all basically be working for the state at some point if y'all were giving trillions of dollars like y'all were to these war machines, because they caking up. These contractors, they don't care about that. So start contracting white hat hackers the same way. They should be treated the same, because a hack can actually do more than guns and bullets in today's time. Way too much surveillance for people to get away with it. But with hacks, you can actually get away with some stuff. So I think it should be treated the same.
Shout out to B Hayes. B Hayes said, "Yo, what up, Kings? Masterclass on point." Hey, much appreciate that. Thank you. Again, another happy person. People, we've been getting nothing but positive reviews. We're happy about that. Let's see. Hey, same to you, Urban Blockchain. Urban Blockchain said, "Air Force vet here. Thank you for your service and knowledge." Same to you. Hey, when you get it, it's crazy. Let's see. Kim Booker said, "What exchange is the government copying their crypto? The government got a whale." I think Coinbase is where they're usually using that. Caleb Balek said, "Exactly. Small to medium-sized businesses get attacked more and usually pay the ransom." Exactly. That's what's crazy. You don't see these stories. If you were to talk about total amount of money lost just in attacks without those $1 million news stories, it would still be multi-millions of dollars that have been lost. So it's crazy to see how it was going on there. Bohemian Garden says it's laughable and shows how they know nothing about the space. Exactly. It makes no sense. But as somebody just said in the comments, they said they just a little cheese for the rats to see who they can get. There we go. Roland Wisher says, "Put a little cheese out and see if they get a bite." That's what I really think they are. They're trying to see who do they have that wants to come do this type of work for a free or low price, right? Who do they have that's a good hacker that says, yeah, for 50K, we'll come in, we'll catch all the big fish for you. But by and large, I think we're gonna have to make new divisions. We already made one in the United States military. Basically IT divisions. You get your IT warfare pin for people doing this type of work. And I might be saying that wrong, it might not be IT specifically, but it's in that field. So excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, but the military has already started like a branch of our services, within the services where you can do this profession. It's basically become like a cyber warrior is what they call it. I think we'll start seeing it more on police teams as well as like local and city government. I don't think we're gonna have a choice. So like you said, maybe in the future, in the near future, they'll have that narrative where cyber warfare, thank you, yes. Maybe in the future they have that narrative where it's like, we need to put that $100 million, $2 trillion to cyber warfare, but we'll see what happens, right?
Oh yeah, money moves when it moves.
All right, and last but not least, Crazy BX Don, thanks. Said, "Beginner masterclass is fantastic. Ready to progress to become my own bank. Which class should I take next?" Again, if you just want to look into some free resources, we have the deal with Crypto Vantage. Of course, we'll be touting that out again tomorrow. But if you want to go more into the class, definitely suggest you get the expert side of the masterclass. That's putting together a lot of the stuff in the beginner and the expert as well. And is really teaching you how to do everything, like showing you how to do the trades or showing you how to do the yield farming versus just talking about everything. So There you go. S1 Dubs, why is the government getting hackers from the Home Depot parking lot? Why don't they just get someone from the NSA?
They cheap. They are cheap.
That is hilarious, S1 Dubs. I mean, that is like getting somebody from the Home Depot parking lot. Here's the other crazy thing. Like, again, I want to say, we already mentioned one. If someone does break, like someone cracks the code, hey, this is this country doing this. This is this terrorist group doing that. What happens if that country or terrorist group doxes them and they like, hey, we on your ass now, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like seriously,
you need the protection of the U.S. state government.
Are we going to protect these people? Like what are the mechanisms in place to make sure that people coming forward with this are safe? Because it's one thing to be in the military and you know what type of harm or risk you're putting yourself at. And at the end of the day, if you're in the military doing it, I mean, you're just a number. I mean, what are they gonna get mad at? Oh, so-and-so in the Navy, so-and-so in the Army. Yeah, come through then, come through, we right here. But when you're dealing with actual civilians, that's totally different. It's a totally different, I feel like, mind state and the state of fear you can be in if, again, on the other side of that, a state actor or a terrorist opens up their computer and looks at them on the video chat like, hey, we on your ass in the next 2-3 hours. You know what I mean?
Like swordfish.
Yeah, like swordfish. Totally but yeah, Caleb said fighting skilled hackers isn't that easy. It's like trying to find talented artists that are naturally motivated. Tough find. That is a tough find. Somebody said day labor hackers. Y'all crazy. Yeah, crypto witness protection. Listen, you got to do something. Something has to happen. But seriously, I think this is super dangerous to invite. Like, you don't invite people to do this. Like, invite them to join a state-sponsored program to where it's organized and you're actually training people and these are the things you need to worry about. Don't just be like, hey, try to hack a terrorist and let us know how it go. Like,
yeah, exactly. Actually, you know what I think? I think they're doing this on the front end as a front, but on the back end, they got real NSA hackers and CIA hackers and real people that they work with. This front end stuff is probably just like the nice white hat people that can probably make a little money here and there. 10 million number looks big, but then they'll find a problem and be like, oh yeah, here's your 78,000. Go home. And you'd be like, what?
Right.
So I don't know. It may be a little front on that end because we got.
It might be recruiting. This is the way they recruit. Maybe, who knows?
That's why they recruit. Yeah.
But that's what worries me. S1 Dubs said if hackers are able to actually extract data or files, they are in real danger. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're not going to download something from a state sponsor actor or a terrorist and they not find out somehow. Like, oh, you're that good. You've been operating by yourself, and you need $10 million or less because you haven't been able to get it your own. But you about to hack China, North Korea, or like, this is an interesting one. This is a very interesting story. We got to keep up with it. All right. Other than that, you got anything else, Bitcoin Zay?
Nothing for me. Talked about everything today. Masterclass. We got the Gentlemen of Crypto event Saturday, 8 p.m. to 12. We got Crypto Vantage, free resources for education. We got it all going right now, people. So make sure you stay tuned and tapped in.
There it is. Other than that, make sure you're on the lookout. We are releasing, again, sponsored reviews and sponsor ads on the channel too. So if you're interested in checking out any of these new platforms, make sure you look at that as well. Other than that, make sure you smash those likes and shares, and we will see you all tomorrow.